Well, good evening, everyone. As anybody knows, I started off this morning with a walk through the woods and such, and give you guys a video on that. I think it just now, within like the last hour or whatever, since I've been driving around, dashing and such, it probably just now uploaded because I haven't honestly paid any mind to when it did or didn't and such. But I do believe it's up now. More of my point is. So I did that this morning, and I know it's Thanksgiving Eve, so it kind of might be hit or miss here with the dashes. I totally understand and get that, because obviously most people have already gotten all their stuff, and then of course tomorrow, they're gonna cook all the food, do the whole Thanksgiving thing. So, well, now, like, if anybody else has been, following the channel and knows, also, I'm trying to get back up to platinum status. Well, I'm literally right at 69%, and I need 70%. Like I said also in other videos, I did it upon myself. It wasn't DoorDash's fault. It was my own fault that I should have just sucked it up, because like a couple times they were sending me like double rides, or not double rides rather, but double deliveries, and they were excuse me, they were like literally 2 deliveries at like $5, and it's like I don't know if it's a difference of like the base pay like per state. I don't know. I haven't honestly looked into that, or if it's just across the board for DoorDash of a base pay. So at least here in Ohio, I know it's $2. Kind of like your waiter, waitress hourly fee or wage. I don't even know what that is nowadays, since I haven't waited tables in 20 plus years. But no, so like that's what happened, to where I end up screwing that up and knocking myself down, because I was in gold, and I was actually not that far from hitting myself back into platinum. But it's like, as soon as you decline orders and such, of course that percentage will go down way quicker than it will going up. So right now, like I said, I'm at 69%. So obviously, simple math, 1 more percent, I'm back in the gold. And then of course I want to get that gold back up into platinum, because anybody that knows, that actually dashes, knows when you're in platinum status. Sorry guys, somebody's like literally right in front of me in a Beamer, and yeah, their lights are kind of bright, so I'm not trying to be blinded while I'm leaving a video for you guys here. But yeah, screw it. But thanks guys for rolling out. So, with all that being said, like, obviously today is Thanksgiving Eve, and I even told myself, like, look, dude, you can go out here, do 10, 12, 15 hours. It doesn't matter. Get out there and get your grind on. Now, keep in mind, of course, of the day, all that, it might be a good chance that you're not going to be all that busy all day. I've accepted that from get-go, before I even clicked on the DoorDash app. So, with all that being said, yes, I have ran around all day for many hours. Granted, yes, the money is not reflecting it because of the day. But I don't have any fear or any worries about within, like, not tomorrow. Now, probably tomorrow, if I do any, it might be tomorrow night, but most likely, excuse me, I hate to sometimes I'm sitting there talking about something, and I just like literally mid freaking sentence, it's like, squirrel moment. So basically, all in all, so yeah, I've been out here dashing, because I even stopped up at, because like you guys know that follow the channel and such know that I live in Oxford, so Oxford being a college town, but that doesn't always mean great things when it comes to, holidays, because I don't know the percentage of the different population of students from where around the world that they are, but when it comes to basically like Thanksgiving and Christmas break, it's pretty much a freaking ghost town in that town. So that's why I was up there this morning, maybe an hour. nothing was going on, which I kind of figured, but I was like, I'll give it a shot, because like all the promos were going on up there, and I figured, hey, if I'm lucky enough, I might be able to hit one of those. So, like I said, I chilled up there. Excuse me, guys. I have literally been driving around all day in the rain and around people that don't know how to drive, so you all know how that is. Whether you dash or not, driving around people in the rain and everything else, it gets tiring and aggravating just in general. But, and yeah, I do literally have, like, the phone at the moment is sitting on the steering wheel, and, you guys are not tripping. I am, like, not veered, I am leaning to the left, but, so I was like, screw it. I was like, I ended up leaving from there. I went into Hampton, Fairfield. That wasn't doing anything. I was like, well, I was like, let's go to Coleraine. That's like one of the biggest towns closest to Cincinnati. And of course, if anybody's around here, you know pretty much of what I'm talking about. Or even if you're not from around here, if you visit it. Long story. I am so sorry for yawning at you guys. Whew. But long story short, yeah, I went down. So Coleraine was actually my ticket for the day. I got down there. I mean, I wasn't back to back to back, but I've ran a few deliveries today. So thankfully, and like I said, I think when I first started, I think I was at like 65 or 66. And like I said, and anybody that has Dash knows that, like, I don't know how they do it, because in ways I don't pay attention to it, but for like the acceptance rate, I know, like, if you don't accept like 2 of them or even 1, like, it definitely it helps tank your acceptance rate, and getting that back up there can be a butthead. But again, like, I know, I swear I'm not trying to do this to you guys. But that's why I'm just like out here just trying to get this grinded. Now, to be honest with you, I did put this on pause just so I can, get this video made for you guys, get it uploaded, and then I'll unpause the dash and get back to it. But this is to tell you guys, obviously, I'm trying to do the, of course, get back on. I'm challenging myself to get back to the platinum status for a multitude of reasons, because platinum, I'm pretty certain I've explained this before, platinum, you don't have to, even if it's not busy, you can go online. That's one thing I absolutely love about it, is it does not matter if the area that you're wanting to dash in is busy or not. You got platinum status, you go online regardless. Granted, I have done that before, and if like the area is either blacked out, lightly grayed out, or whatever, you can still dash regardless. Now, granted, obviously, for anybody else that periodically dashes knows, once said area turns like a light pink, or, well, I know it starts off at like a light pink, and then it goes to red, and then like the busier it gets, the darker the shade gets. Excuse me. Dig. Oh, I'm like burping and yawning at you guys. I am so sorry. But with all this being said, DoorDash in general, I have a bone to pick with you. I don't know, this probably won't even make it to you guys. Even if it does, I really don't care, because I know that you guys apparently don't care. So, I go to pick up this order. There's literally a place in Fairfield, Ohio that's called Dash Mart. I would about imagine, I don't have any guarantees or the knowledge of this, but something tells me in each state, or like spread out somewhat, that there's a Dash Mart, around. There's more than just the one. I could be completely wrong. There may just be the one. So I see it, and like I've even told you guys too, usually I go with an order that's like kind of like my boundaries, not boundaries, but like rules, if you will. I will only, now, granted, once I'm up into platinum, I got to keep that status to obviously be able to dash whenever I want and such. But, and of course, whenever I'm up in Oxford, dude, I can like literally go not even a mile down the street and make $5 or $6. Obviously, that's good money. But no, so I'm out here in Fairfield, and I get a Dash Mart order, and I think it was like $14.75. Good money. It was like 17 something miles away. I'm like, dude, that's I mean, just like kind of like the first order I did this morning. It was a 10-mile away order, and it was like 750. I had to kind of go. Obviously, I'm having to go against my whole dollar a mile type of deal right now, so I can get myself back up to where I want and I need to be, which you guys know and understand. So, mind you, okay, I go up here, and it's a case of water, and was it a bag? I think like some M&M ice cream such. So, water, obviously, not no big deal. It can be hot, it can be cold, not a big deal. Ice cream, on the other hand, anybody that has a functioning brain knows, obviously, ice cream, you gotta keep it, either frozen or very, very chilled, so you don't have a bucket of pretty much coming down to it like milk and whatever else, ingredients are within ice cream and whatever type of, you got chocolate chip chumps or chocolate chip chumps. Yes, I just said that. Chocolate chip chunks is what I mean. So, like, if all that melts, yeah, you're going to have a mess on your hand. So, mind you, okay, I'm like, screw it. Like I said, I need to get these orders in order to get my, of course, not only the acceptance rate up, but I'm trying to climb this, this ladder here again to get myself back into platinum. So, okay, I go ahead and I pick up the order. This is where the kicker comes in. This is where I'm pissed off, honestly, at you guys at DoorDash, because, okay, so mind you, I get here, and yes, I am rocking my Duff PJs, because when you're your own boss and you do this, you can rock literally anything you want, because, well, obviously you're your own boss. But anyways, we're not going to get sidetracked here on that. So I get 5 minutes. I promise you, 5 minutes. I even looked at the, on the screen, the showing of like where I was at from the house. I get a call from DoorDash. So I always do. I answer it just in case, like, if a customer needs something, or, if I forgot an item, whatever, what have you. It's like, I'll go ahead and answer it. So I do. I answer the phone, and no offense to the lady on the phone, even I highly doubt that this will ever get back to where you'll actually see it. But you were trying your best with doing English. I do appreciate that. Some parts, no, I was not able to understand it. But when she sat there and goes to tell me that said order that I'm 5 minutes away from the delivery address, she wants to give me a new address, telling me that I'm going to the wrong one, that the customer updated the drop-off. Now, mind you, I even spoke to the customer themselves, because anybody out here that does DoorDash knows that you can do that. You can obviously contact support, and you can also, for obvious, other reasonings, like, if they want you to call them or text them when, you've arrived, so that they can come out and get their order, whatever, what have you. So I went about, I answered the phone call and everything, and she's just like, yeah, she's like, well, they changed their address to such and such. Well, such and such address, ladies and gentlemen, is not even 5 minutes away from Dashmart. So mind you, when I see that it pops up, I think it was like 27 minutes from Dashmart to the actual location that I did drop it off, was the original address. I drop it off. So she's calling me up, and mind you, I go ahead and pull over in the parking lot and turn the car off and everything else, because, like, for one, I'm not going to burn any extra gas, while sitting there chatting with you, because, well, obviously we all know it's not free. So I go ahead and pull over into the parking lot, and I'm on the phone with her and everything, turn the car off, and she's like, well, yeah, she's like, I'll go ahead and let the customer know that you will bring. I'm like, no. I was like, do not, because I was like, I did not tell you that I was going to turn it back around and take said order to the address that's 5 minutes away from Dashmart, when I'm 5 minutes away from the original address. No. She's like, well, we'll add $5 to it. No. I was like, that's not even good enough. I was like, now, if you slap $10 on that, now, granted, I wouldn't expect the customer to have to pay for that, because, I mean, now, then again, on that end, too, is like, I do know and I'm aware that the customer does put their information in there. Now, granted, on that end, and that could have been a possibility in this situation where, say, a customer forgot to put a address change in there. That has happened. I have ran into that, but nothing compared to almost a half hour of a difference, if you know what I mean. So I told the lady from DoorDash on support, and I'm like, no. I was like, if you put $10 on there, I will happily take it back. And mind you, like I said earlier, there's freaking ice cream, people. There's ice cream in this order. So the longer it stays without being in a freezer, hello, it starts to melt. But I told her, I was like, no. I was like, I am not driving back to this location for an extra $5. It's not worth my time, my money, or the gas that I've already... Now, granted, obviously, I used the gas to get to where I was supposed to deliver at. I mean, that's within reasoning of doing it, obviously, but... So, she's like, well, I will talk to the customer or talk to management and see what I can do. Never heard anything back. So, and then the customer texted me. I was like, look, yes, I was obviously, speaking to them and everything, and she was apologizing. It's like, well, anyways, like I said, it's not her. I don't even know whom it was. But they're just like, no, it's in Camelot. I was like, yeah, she's like, I know exactly where you're going. She's like, it is family, but she's like, I live over in Camelot. And I was even like, I even told her, I was like, I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but I was like, I'm 5 minutes away from this address to deliver this, this order that obviously you had put in, but, I was like, she's like, well, DoorDash, like the lady, she even sent me a screenshot of showing of, DoorDash saying that I would go ahead and deliver that order. I did not, one way, shape, or form, give you the confirmation to tell said customer that I would deliver that. Now, obviously, from the very get-go, I'm already 5 minutes away from my the original destination. And even the customer's like, you know what, go ahead. She's like, I don't know what happened in the mix-up or anything, because she may have even had her address correct in there. It could have been, honestly, a fault on DoorDash's end. And if it is, in ways it sounds like it is, but, I mean, I would say just a very inkling that it could have been the customers. I mean, obviously, somebody in this three-party situation was wrong, and not to sound biased or any type of word to explain it, but your boy is not in the wrong. I am following instructions on this phone here to deliver said order, and when you want to stop me 5 minutes away from where I'm originally supposed to go to tell me to go almost a half hour back, and I'm not doing it for $5. Like I said, it was already like $14.75, so yes, that would have made it $19.75 for, your basic math, but no, I've already driven almost 20 minutes over here already. Excuse me. I'm not going back there for, you throw $10 on there and you guarantee and you show me an extra $10, I'll be more than happy to go over there. But for the factor that, you sit there and told me after $5 that, that you couldn't do it. Well, sorry about both parties' issue here, but that's not an issue on my end. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and deliver, or you guys can cancel the order from either the customer's end or DoorDash's end, but your boy's not driving from, heck, I was almost in Mason, and they wanted me to drive back to Fairfield. So, I mean, even if you're from around here or not, that right there should show you. I mean, alone, it's like, that's a 20-minute difference. I don't think anybody's going to just like, oh, okay, for the mess up, throw me not an extra $5. No. $10, yeah, I got you, but, So, with that being said, yes, I know, I try not to rant on this channel, but, I thought that was kind of messed up. So, lo and behold, and of course, even, once I got there, I don't know if it was mom, whomever it was, but, Of course, they accepted the order. She's like, do you need to take a picture of it or whatever, or say that, that you handed it off to, customer or whatever, what have you. I was like, just go ahead, because, like, it was already, like, you got a case of water, and then she had a bag that had, I think, at least a quart of ice cream in it, so it was a little bit of weight. And, I mean, of course, I'm not going to be rude and try to walk into anyone's home, but it's like, I also kind of wanted to help her, because, like, she looked like, it was a little bit too excessive amount of weight on her, but she took that in like a champ, and I was like, cool. But so all that's all said and done, like I said, I'm actually, like, right now on pause. As soon as I finish up this video, I'm going to unpause and get back to dashing, because I'm only going to go for like maybe another 2-3 hours. I'm going to call it a night, because, like I said, I know that this night wasn't going to be slammed busy, but I at least wanted to come out and try to get what I could. And but I just wanted to leave this video for you guys, because that's the first time I've ever ran into that issue. Not necessarily for the address, because I have had one up in Oxford where I normally dash, but dude, that was like 2 or 3 blocks, not 20 plus minutes, you know what I mean? So there's a little bit of a difference in a couple of blocks and almost a half hour of time. But with that being said, thank you all for watching and listening to me bitch about DoorDash, because it was the first time I think that I've ever actually had an initial irritation for them, because, like, you guys know, I love doing this. I love being out here by myself, being my own boss, and not having to listen to anybody tell me what to do, or, having to worry about waking up to an alarm clock. To me personally, no, screw all that. Nope. I love doing this. I might have to work more hours to get, up to, like, the amount of pay of, like, most of you guys do for, your hourly, but I personally wouldn't mind to do, instead of like an 8, working a 10 or up to a 12-hour shift. I don't mind doing that at all, because, like I said, doing this, you do it at your own pace. You wear what you want. Like I said, you guys obviously seen the freaking, Duff Beer, anybody seen The Simpsons, out here rocking freaking, pajamas, working, making money. And to me, that's what I'm built for. I don't think it's lazy by any means, because other than, of course, following by what is on your phone, and other than that, then, of course, paying attention to the road and so on and so forth, because obviously that's the number one big major thing. You got to pay attention to the road. So, for one, you don't want to hit an individual. You don't want to hit a vehicle. You don't want to hit a freaking curb, because that's going to cost you nothing. Obviously the other two would cost you money, but you get what I'm saying. Is like, you got to pay attention on the road. But yeah, I think that's all my venting for that factor. I think I'm going to be done with this, and just I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I figured probably maybe a couple of you out there might have ran into an issue like this nature, on your own, if you are a fellow dasher. And if you have, and if you don't mind, hey, share the issue that you had, because not only if you leave a comment about it, not only obviously are you going to let me know of your issue from wherever, around the states. I don't know that they have DoorDash in other countries. They may. I don't know, because, well, I haven't been to any, and obviously I haven't dashed or ordered DoorDash from any other country. But in general of that, if you guys have run into a situation like that, I'll be more than happy to read about it. And like I said, also, other, subs or anybody else that happens to watch a video and looks into the comments and sees it, they'll see where, you may have had an issue with them as well. But with that being said, like I said, I just wanted to get that off my chest and kind of have my little bitching, ranting moment, because I think that was worth a little rant. Because how you want to sit there and tell one person one thing, but the person that is literally doing the legwork says no? Don't tell somebody else on the other end yes, when the person that's bringing said product or order to you and they told you no, that's bad business. Because, like, say, what if I never showed up with said order and I canceled it on my end? Well, then that customer's going to be pissed and wondering, like, asking through DoorDash. But I also don't want to take a risk of doing something stupid and getting deactivated, considering I wanted to do this full time and make a living off of it and such. So, yes, okay, rant over. Y'all have an amazing the rest of your day, since I don't know where you're at and I have no clue of what time it is. And if it's already Thanksgiving and wherever that you're at, have fun, enjoy that food, if that's the thing that you celebrate and such. And, excuse me, I did quit yawning. I gave you guys a little bit of a Belshazzar at the end, but, other than that, you guys have a great night. I'm going to wrap this up here in a few more hours, and then, hopefully, if I'm not too, tired and such, I'll go home and, I know I've been sitting there saying this in a couple of videos that I go home and stream. I've just been, like, so tired I haven't streamed anything. But I do want to potentially get on and game tonight. So, with that being said, thanks, guys, for stopping by and watching this ranting video. And with that being said, y'all have an amazing day. And we'll see you at some point tomorrow. At some point tomorrow. We'll either give you some, I don't know why I said we, because there's only me, but, I'm sure I'll have a couple clips or whatever to upload for you guys, and, yeah, so, y'all have a great day, and, we'll see you later.